Playing with rockets is great when you're a kid. But when it's time to get a mortgage, you quickly realize that a rocket is complicated and expensive. It's best to work with an independent mortgage broker instead. They're dedicated to getting you a home loan faster and more affordably. And they're more than just mortgage experts. They live right in your own neighborhood, so you don't have to go it alone. For mortgages that are faster, easier, and more affordable, find a local independent mortgage broker near you.
Hello, I'm Jason Bates, owner of Electrum Financial, where a mortgage is not just a flip of the coin. So if you're looking to purchase or refinance in the state of Arizona, I certainly would love the opportunity to earn your business. So please reach out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching us on Roku or on Amazon Fire, please hit that 5-star review and share with your friends and family. They may find this information valuable. Okay, cool. So I want to jump into today's topic, which is the ethics of a listing agent. And with me, I have Gina Siciliano, and she's going to help us kind of navigate through this topic. And this topic is a little bit, let me cut over here to her so we can bring her in here. Hello, Gina.
Hi, Jason. How are you?
I'm good. This is a topic that came up just last week because I was seeing some articles about the ethics of a listing agent. We all know that the market is super hot right now. There's a lot of activity when it comes to real estate all over the country, especially here in Arizona as well. We're no exception to that. And so we are starting to see some listing agents maybe favoring some offers over others when presenting them to their sellers. And so we want to talk about that today, and Gina's here to help us do that. So with that, Gina, talk to us a little bit here about the ethics of a listing agent. Is that happening out there, I guess, is kind of the question. Have you seen it happen?
You know, the market is really, really hot. So there isn't a lot of inventory, and most of the properties, if you're a listing agent, you're getting maybe 10, 12 offers on a property. And these offers all have to be presented to your seller. And depending on, what they are, the qualifications of the buyer, obviously purchase price offer. And a big thing is, how soon does the buyer want to close escrow, whatnot. A lot of things that factor into it, but definitely every single offer that you get should be presented to your seller ethically. So no one above another, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. So one thing that this kind of came up because there's perception out there that VA or FHA buyers just aren't as qualified as a conventional buyer. And so multiple offer situations, we know with the market being so hot, there's a lot of different offers coming into that homeowner who's selling their home, and they may have an equal, FHA, conventional, or even a VA offer on the home. And the rumor has it that some listing agents are saying, hey, look, this conventional buyer might be a little bit more qualified than the FHA or VA buyer. And what are your thoughts on that? I'll give you my thoughts too.
So my thoughts on that, for me, when I am representing the seller, I actually contact the loan officer. So buyer submits offer with their agent, and there's a loan officer that's pretty much attached to that pre-qualification, which is part of our contract. And what I like to do is contact each loan officer on those offers. I make my notes, I present that to the seller. And, the strength of that buyer is going to depend on what that loan officer tells me. And I pretty much go from there. But whether it's a VA, whether it's conventional, whether it's FHA, in my practice, they're all presented the way they come in and based on that information the loan officer gives me. So it's really super important to have communication with that loan officer.
Yeah, no, I agree. From my perspective, the way I look at it, an approval is an approval, right? Or a pre-qual is a pre-qual is a pre-qual. So whether it's conventional, FHA, or VA, in my mind, doesn't really make any difference. Now, some of the thought process that agents have is that, the appraisal, right? FHA seems to be, or they have this perception that FHA or VA appraisals are a little more difficult than a conventional appraisal, right? So, yeah, I guess there's maybe some truth to that for sure. But
there's some truth to that. There's some truth to that. So, for example, if it's a conventional loan, an appraiser isn't looking for repair items. Maybe there's paint chipped on the outside of the house, or an electrical outlet that's maybe missing the cover, for example. An FHA appraiser is going to look at that. So it will become a condition of the loan, something that needs to be repaired, or replaced. In a VA appraisal, they structure their appraisals different than conventional and FHA. So yes, the appraisal definitely is a factor in deciding. But with my experience, for the most part, some sellers, they're more interested in their bottom line. Others are interested in, tell me about the buyer, tell me about them, their family. There's a lot of factors that go into it. Time frame is always a big factor. When can they close escrow? Can they give us time to find another house? So a lot of mechanics go into accepting an offer one over another.
Yeah, and I think there's some frustration with some people right now, buyers especially. We see a lot of offers that are above asking price, and their offers not getting accepted, and so buyers are like getting super frustrated right now. And I'm sure it's not just here in Phoenix, but across the country. And if you're one of those buyers, what would be kind of your suggestion to a buyer who's, I had a client who actually, and I think I told you this before we started, or yesterday, a couple of days ago, 19 homes, not one of them were accepted, and they were across the country. And then she finally got with an agent who actually kind of knows how to negotiate, or knows how to present an offer, I think, in the best way. And her offer got accepted. So I think there's a big variable here about the agent and the communication between the buyer's agent and the listing agent, and how that offer is presented. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree with that. For me, the way I do business is really, I am a firm believer in communication. So to be able to have that rapport with other agents in the industry is big, especially in a market like this, to where we are getting multiple offers on properties. But with that being said, yes, it's in the way you present. Is your agent present during that presentation of your offer when there are so many offers being present, which I like to do without giving away all my secrets? And one of those things, but I do have a lot of other ways to go about helping to make that happen for my buyers. So you'll have to contact me to find them out. But
Yeah, right. No, reach out to Gina. She's one of the best. So the other thing too, I want to kind of touch base on is reputation, right? I don't think this gets talked about. It's kind of like a dirty little secret, I think, a little bit, because there are agents out there who they're not good. That's the bottom line. They're just not good. And the other agents, listing agents, whatever, know that. Now, again, a listing agent has to present all offers, right? And they have to present them to their seller equally and fairly. But, I don't think it's beyond a listing agent to say to their seller, look, I've dealt with this agent in the past, never really had good success. The communication was bad. This was bad. That was bad. And therefore, we could be in for a rocky road if we elect to use this offer. So what are your thoughts about reputation of the agent? This is more for the buyers, choosing their agent kind of thing. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts on if that plays a role?
I'm a firm believer in, asking. So let's say, you want to purchase a car, and a friend or family member who just went through that process. Ask, how was that sales agent? how did that deal work out? It's the same thing with everything else, pretty much in life. We want to ask, we want to say, how was your experience? It's no different with a real estate agent. So I think your reputation in the industry plays a huge role, especially in times like these. And experience, is a huge key, and in factoring that into it. So I think an agent with a good reputation, with experience, that is a negotiator, and that's huge, a negotiator, and someone who really listens, cares about the client, and wants the importance of home to matter. I think they're some of the key things to look for. But asking is the best way, because you'll really get truth from someone through their experience.
Yeah, 100% agreed. And that goes for the lender too, right? So reputation plays a big role in that too, because we're putting a pre-qual out there that you're then presenting to the seller, if you will. And that seller's going to see FHA, conventional, VA, USDA, whatever type of loan, whether you're seeking down payment assistance, that's on the Arizona pre-qualification form. It's not just a letter saying you're pre-qualified. There's some detail to that to help inform that seller on whether or not you're a viable buyer or not. But then they also see my license number, my company, everything like that on there. And my reputation plays a factor in that too. So reputation is in my opinion,
without
a big
the lender, we can't make it happen. The realtor can't make it happen for the buyer
Right.
without the lender. So the lender's the first step in the
Right.
process and getting qualified, and making sure, even if you qualify, and a good lender, someone like you, Jayson, well, even if a client qualifies for a $300,000 home, but they're not comfortable paying the mortgage on that, the lender works with that client to be able to say, look, this is what you qualify for. Let's get to where you're comfortable with. And then in turn, that agent now communicates that process and then finds that home in that comfort zone of that client. So sometimes, what you qualify for and where you're comfortable at is more important. And when you get a good lender, somebody like you, lots of lenders out there, but somebody who really cares about listening to the client, I think that's super important. And the teamwork between the lender, the realtor, and of course the title company.
Yeah, 100%. I will say this for certain. If you're here in Arizona and you're using an out-of-state lender, realtors don't like that. They don't like it.
It's really rough. It's really rough because the process is different. The documents are different. Time frames are different.
Yeah. And we're getting a lot of people moving from California, anywhere in the Pacific Northwest, and they want to use their hometown lender or whatever. And that's okay. I mean, you can certainly choose whoever you'd like to use, but just know if you're a buyer, you could be adding some extra layers of complication to the process, which then is going to cause you some headaches. So you're better off you're going to use a local realtor to buy the house, use a local lender to do the same. So my opinion. All right. So I think we covered a lot here about, the ethics of a listing agent. It happens out there. I know it's happening out there as far as listing agents kind of saying, hey, this one looks a little bit better over here than this one. But just know if you're an FHA buyer or a VA buyer, get with a good, solid realtor like Gina here. Reach out to her today. She will know how to present your offer so that your offer can get accepted. Because I think everybody just thinks about price, right? Hey, the price, I'm going to offer $20,000 above asking price. Therefore, I'm the best offer. And it's not always just about the price. It's also about who you have, the reputation, how it's presented. Yeah. There's a lot of different layers to that. So, Gina, I think, we're about 15 minutes here. I don't want to drag this out too long, but I want people to reach out to you. And so tell us how people can reach out to you and get in contact with you if they need your service here.
You can call me, you can text me. I'm a full-time agent. I'm always on call. I'm more than happy to assist you. Facebook, email, Instagram, whatever modality you want to use. But give me a call. I'm certainly happy to help you make things happen. Find your dream home and find the home that you're going to be comfortable to own with your family and make it a lasting wonderful experience and build great memories.
All right, awesome. Well, if you're out there needing a home, or maybe you're frustrated with your current agent right now, reach out to Gina in the Phoenix metropolitan area. She would love to help you get your piece of the American dream and get you into a home. Or if you're looking to sell a home too, she's great at listing, and we'll present all offers fairly and equally to you so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. So, all right, with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up here. But thanks everyone for watching, and don't forget to tell your friends and family. I'd love to help them as well. If you find this information useful, please share with your friends and family. All right, take care, everyone. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.